Oh, hello to all of my subscribers. This is going to be an epic video. This is going to be a longer than usual video because I got 21 TTMs today. Yes, 21. First thing I want to show you though is a little mail day I got from Andrew Williams. I appreciate this a lot. When he gets doubles of the same cards signed, he offers them up, and being that I like my vintage, he got this 1972 Jake Cup of the Saints, and I asked him for it, and there it is. So that's very cool. And then he also sent me as an extra this 1972 Ernie Kellerman that is really nicely signed. I like that. So I really do appreciate that, Andrew. I will put his channel name down in the comments. Again, I don't know. I can't link for some reason with my phone. So I will put you down in the comments, Andrew, and everyone. If you're not subscribed to Andrew, I don't know why you're not, but if you're not, go and subscribe to Mr. Williams. Anyways, let me show you this ridiculous TTM day. First one, this guy is a college coach. I cannot remember off the top of my head where he is a college coach, but he was very, very successful college baseball coach, and he pitched a few years with the Angels for baseball, and he like I said, he's a very successful college baseball coach. This is Mr. Sherman Corbett. If it's gonna, there we go. Very hard to see. But let me just tell you, if you see the car in person, really came out really nice. So I like that one. That one's a good one. This next one is a 3 of 2. I sent him a, let's see, this is a 1990 Donruss Diamond King, and I also sent him a 91 Leaf Studio, and he signed both of those and then added his own. This is the 90 Diamond King of Mr. Brian Harper, and then he also signed this 91 Leaf Studio. I love these cards. You see John 316. I love these cards. And then he included his own. Also with John 316. Got dinged in the corner there a little bit, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Next one. I started prepping these, and unfortunately I didn't prep this one. This is a 1981 Kellogg's card of Mr. Phil Garner. You can see on the bottom where he tried to sign it. Came out, it's still there. You can see it. They're tough to sign. I wish they weren't because they're really cool looking. I prepped the last one I send out, so I'm hoping that that one comes back good. And my final baseball, and then you get to see all of the ridiculous amount of football that I got today. This is a 1975 Topps in really nice shape. Guy was an outfielder for the Cleveland Indians. Also started with the Yankees, and I believe he played with the Braves. Mr. Charlie Spikes. Came out really nice in blue. Good signer. All right, here we go with the ridiculous amount of football. This guy was an offensive tackle for the Denver Broncos. Very good player. This is a 1964 Topps of Mr. Eldon Danenauer. Come on. There we go. Signed it in pen. Very, very quick return. Maybe 6 days. Maybe. Now, before I show you this next one, I want to show you the envelope that it came in. So I get this mail today, and it comes in this envelope. Law offices. I'm thinking to myself, what did I do? Because that's me. And I'm thinking, what the hell did I do? But then there's a letter in there thanking me for asking for the card, and he's actually signed it very nicely. This is also a 1964 Topps, Mr. Alan Miller. Came out very, very nicely. So once I got past the envelope, that was a nice return. Now, this one I was really, really, really happy with. I know he's a pretty good signer, but I went on COMC and I grabbed this card because I don't have any older cards of him. And I just happened to find this one at a pretty good price. This is a 1991, it's Downtown Athletic Club card. I don't even know who makes it, but whatever. He inscribed it Heisman 1960 as I asked him to, and he wrote me a little note. I asked him, I told him I hope everything is well, and he circled it and said, I am just fine. He's 88 years old, I believe. Quarterback out of Notre Dame. I think he played in the league for a few years. Actually, he didn't play for Notre Dame. He played for the Navy. Jesus. He played for Navy, and I do believe he came into the league after his time. But Mr. Joe Bellino, that is a sweet return right there. It looks really, really nice. Like I said, he's 88 years old. Great return. Next one is a 2 of 2. This guy was mostly a backup in his career. He played a few years. He got a few years in. Really good quarterback in college for UCLA, and then he went on and he played for the 49ers. And I believe then he went on and he started for the Chiefs. Became a starter for the Chiefs, I believe. But anyways, this first one is a 1993 Topps, Mr. Steve Bono. Come on. And then he also signed for me this is one of my favorite sets to get signed. This is a really cool one. This is a 1995, and it came out really nice. Believe it or not, it came out really nice. There we go. You can see it there. Okay. Next one. This guy was a punter. He was a punter for my Patriots for a few years, but he was also a punter for the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears and some other teams. Pretty good punter. Made their Patriots Super Bowl team in the 94 or 6. I forget what year it was. But anyways, pretty good punter. This is a 1990 Fleer of Mr. Brian Wagner. Actually looks really nice. Came out very well. This next one. This is a 2 of 2 success. Really good offensive lineman. He was a center for the Minnesota Vikings. The first one is a 1990 Topps of Mr. Kirk Loudermilk. Come on. There we go. And then the next one, the other one is a 90 Fleer. Came out really good. I like those Fleers for signs. They look really good. This next one, I saw somebody a friend of mine on Facebook get this back the other day, and I had sent it out just a few days before. Again, this was a quick return, maybe a week, a little bit longer, maybe. Guy was a running back for the San Diego Chargers. Really good player. Mr. Rod Bernstein. And then this is an interesting one. I sent this guy 2 cards, both of them with the Vikings, and he kept both of them, and he sent me this one back. So this is interesting. It's fine with me, whatever. This is a 96 Pacific Trading Card Company With the 49ers, Mr. Gary Plumber. Come on. Like I said, he kept the other 2 cards, which, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. This is another good one. I like this one. I've got a couple of really good ones today. This one for me is a really good one. This guy was a really good coach for the Bengals in the 80s. This is a 1990 Pro set. Really good coach, Mr. Sam Weiss. Came out really nice. And then this is another good one. I love the way he signed it for me. This is a 2012 Panini. This guy was on the Giants when they beat the Patriots the first time on their on the championship. Or not on the first time, the second time championship team. Really good defensive end. Signed it in gold and also added the Super Bowl champs inscription as I asked him. And come on, Mr. Chris Canty. And then this is a, don't know what year, 96 Donruss. Really good linebacker for the Colts. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Mr. Quentin Coriat came out really nice. Good, really good player. Next one, this is a 90 Fleer. Pretty good offensive lineman for the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Christian at LS Cards. Mr. Mike Shad, if I can get him to... Hello. God, it doesn't want me to go quicker. There we go. And then this is a 3 of 3 success. First one is a 1990 Score. Pretty good receiver for the Colts and the Bills. Seen a few people get him back lately. Mr. Bill Brooks. And then this is on... This one came out really nice. These cards are really nice to sign. This is a 96 Donruss. Those really look good signed. Almost like the flares in baseball. And then this one also looks pretty good. This is a 90 Topps. So those are the Bill Brooks. And then this is a 90 Fleer. I like these 90 Fleers. I got a bunch of them signed already. This guy was a really good defensive back for the Rams for a long time. He had a lot of interceptions. Very underrated player, Mr. Leroy Urban. Really, really good player. So that makes me very happy. Next one, this guy was a beast of an offensive lineman. Wasn't one of the original Hogs, but in their last Super Bowl, he was there. Included the Super Bowl inscription on both of these cards. This is a 90 Fleer of Mr. Jim Lachey. And also got the sweet 96. Come on. And then these are the 2 prized possessions. First one, didn't know if this would come back, but it did. Took a little while. This is a 2005 Upper Deck. Guy was a pretty good quarterback for the Bears, a couple other teams, but a lot of his success came with the Bears. This is a jersey card, and it looks really sweet signed. Sent me a nice note thanking me for asking. Mr. Kyle Orton. Come on. It's going to be tough because it's just... There we go. That came out really, really nice. I really like that. I like wherever he signed it. That's perfect. Right next to the patch, right next to the picture. That really looks good. And then finally, the big one, the one that I've been waiting for. I was hoping this guy would get back to me. This guy was one of the greatest receivers I have ever seen. Very underrated because of where he played. He played in Seattle, and he just didn't get the recognition that he deserved. The man was a tremendous receiver. He is in the Hall of Fame. He was also in the House of Representatives for a little while. Just a great player, Mr. Steve Largent. Great return. Very, very happy to get that one back. And that is my video for today. Sorry for the length of the video, guys, but, 21 returns. That's just insane. Love it. Wish every day was Monday. And I hope all your mailboxes were full. I will talk to you.